It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw again on second down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From midfield now, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
To throw again on second down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the run.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. On second down, Ingram. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. After the sack on first down, Jackson.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
There's Jackson on third and long. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now it's Jackson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 50 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating to use a boxing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and he's got some space here. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college, but I think with more of the melding of the college.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Our time. It's our time. Show it.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards that time.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Prescott. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, 26 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touch. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
We're going to 54. 27. Mike, 57. Let's go.
26. Following the interception, here's Prescott. That's going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Check, 48 to the right. Blue down. 48 Mike. 48 Mike.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott, that's complete to Cobb. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Motion.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Mike 48. I got it. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we got Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. On deck, punt.
4th down, Prescott. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Prescott now. And an alley to run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. RPO. Prescott's going to keep it himself. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 4 yards out. Continue to put this one out of reach. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Forbath, the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Jackson looking to throw on third. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down carry by Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Under. Hey, 47. Hey, kill. 47. Slam.
Prescott to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, They want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jackson now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams.
The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the Cowboys now bringing the offense out there to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long, Jackson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Jackson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
4th down, here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Prescott, a quick throw caught by Cooper. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. The ownership of that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
What we got?
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.